Today I'm going to take you through how to build a 7 to 10 outfit capsule wardrobe. So like I mentioned in the last video, I do this for myself and I do it for our children, and I've just found that there are so many benefits to this method. So if you've cleaned out your clothes and you're still feeling like, oh, I feel like I want to make this even a little bit simpler, here's just one more step that you can take that will simplify your wardrobes and your laundry even so much more. So I totally get if this is not your thing, because I kind of do this in an intense way, but I have found it to be so helpful with getting my kids ready for church, getting myself ready, just even that much faster, where it doesn't take tons of time, it doesn't take tons of effort, and it doesn't take a ton of decision making. So first, I'm going to tell you some of the reasons why I do this to kind of build a case. The first one is doing a capsule wardrobe simplifies your laundry even more, which we've already talked about some in the last video. It also simplifies your wardrobe even more. And so you remove that decision fatigue, which is so nice because you just have a smaller amount of clothing. They're all clothes you really like. They're clothes you can currently fit, and they're clothes that you can currently wear in this exact season that you're in, whatever time of the year it is. And so it makes it just so easy to reach right into your closet and immediately grab whatever it is that you're going to be wearing that day. And then part of that too that I love is I just completely enjoy my kids matching and wearing little matching outfits. And so when your kids only have 7 to 10 outfits for the whole summer, the chances that they will be matching are very high. They have a matching outfit always clean because you don't have a lot of laundry that you're behind on that have part of their clothes in it. So it makes getting my kids ready for church, because I have them match basically every single Sunday. I'm doing this as long as they'll let me because I love it so much. So easy. It takes no extra time, and it makes people think you put tons of effort into your kids getting dressed, and you literally put no effort in. It's so easy. The next thing is it cuts down a ton of wasted money and wasted clothing, and I love that. So we spend a total of $200 max for all 4 of our kids combined for all their clothing and shoes for the entire year. And that seems really crazy. I'm sure that will probably change as they get older and things just get more expensive, but we don't spend a lot of money on clothes at all. And it's because we don't have a lot of extra clothes. We don't waste any clothes. And it's because I don't ever go out and buy something that I don't actually need for my kids, because I'm very aware of what we have. And I always have that bin out in the shop, which I'll show you in this video, of slightly larger things or things that we just don't need quite yet that I can run out and grab and pull something out of if I'm missing something out of our wardrobe. And so I'm not just going out and buying something thinking that I need it when I actually have it already, or just buying it willy-nilly because it sounds kind of fun in the moment, but later I'm like, we didn't even need that. So it cuts down a huge amount of waste, which I love. I also only go shopping about 2 times a year now for my kids, which is crazy, but I'll just go usually once in the fall and once in the spring. And I only thrift it now, which has been interesting. It's been a little bit more difficult, but God has just blessed me by giving me a lot of matching outfits despite the fact that I've been thrifting. Another thing, your kids are always wearing things you like. You're wearing things you like, and that's just always a benefit. The next thing just to kind of keep in mind is I like to not do tons of crazy different patterns, because I like the clothes to kind of coordinate, which I'll show you because you'll be going through the kids' wardrobe with me today. And then the other thing that I love about this method is that we live in a pretty small house and we don't have a ton of extra storage space. And so it just reduces the amount of storage you need down to like the bare essentials, which is what I want. And so I love that because it just suits our family and our home really well. So with all that being said, if this has intrigued you and made you interested, then I'm going to tell you step by step how I do this process, and then I'm going to actually walk you through my 2 daughters' closet and show you me do the process as I switch their wardrobe out for the fall. Also, before I dive too deep, I wanted to mention that you can make this wardrobe larger if you feel like, I don't want to do laundry every day. I want to do it a couple times a week. So if this doesn't feel like it's enough clothes and you start to run out, or your kids start to run out, then just expand it a little bit more. Go out and get that tote of things you saved, which I will talk about in the video, and just pull out a couple more outfits. Or if you feel like this is still too many clothes, you can pare it down even more. So you have like a, 5 to 7 outfit capsule wardrobe. So this is super flexible. I've just found for myself and for our family and for our kids that 7 to 10 leaves me with plenty of clothes. We never run out of clothes. If I can't wash clothes for a few days, it's not a huge deal. None of us are naked. And so it's just the amount I like that I found really helpful. But don't feel like you have to stick to that amount if you want to add it or make it smaller. Just do whatever suits your family the best. The goal for myself and my kids' clothes is that I can pull open any drawer and find immediately what it is I'm looking for without having to dig through clothes that just need to be thrown away, clothes that aren't the right size, clothes that don't go together with the other things that they have well. And so when you have that as your goal, it just makes laundry really simple and easy, and it doesn't take a lot of time to get put together and looking nice. What I do when I started this process is I did a deep purge like we talked about in the last video, and so I was just left with the things that my kids and I really liked, those qualifiers that we talked about in the last video. And then from there I was like, okay, I want to pare this down even more. Now the first time takes the longest just because I was kind of trying to figure out like what ties together, what coordinates, all of that. So I just went in and we picked out 7 to 10 of our favorite dresses that the girls have, and I laid them out on my bed. And then we each took like 2 or 3 sweaters for each of the girls, laid those out on my bed. Then we take about 7 to 10 t-shirts, let's say. If it's in the wintertime, maybe long sleeve sweaters, that type of thing. Lay those out on the bed next to the dresses. And then lastly, we just take out all the leggings. So let's say it's 7 to 10 again. Lay those all out on the bed. And all of these things were just our favorite things. And so anything that did not qualify as the favorite things, if we still really liked it, I would just put it away in that storage tote, and I can pull it out at the next season when these dresses have gotten kind of worn. And if it's something that it's like, you know what, it's just not in our top 10 favorites, and I don't think it ever is going to be, then I would just donate it. So I got rid of more stuff that way. And so what you're left with is you're left with about 7 to 10 outfits for each of your kids that are totally complete with leggings. You have maybe a shirt or a sweater to go on top in the wintertime if it's chilly. You have this pretty dress. And what you end up doing, if you kind of color coordinate your clothes at all, which usually everybody kind of has their own taste and what they like for color, so it's really easy because you already probably have that somewhat, then you have a limitless amount of outfits just from those 7 to 10 outfits that you can combine together. And so you never are running out of fun little things you can put together. You're not just having this abundance of clothing that you don't really need or you don't want to store or take care of or wash or whatever it is. And so I want to show you real quick some different ways that you can do this, because especially with girls, this method is so fun. So I brought some of my daughter's clothing out for you, and I just want to show you, here I've got a little pile of it, how fun of outfits you can make. You make endless, limitless outfits with this method, and you don't have to have tons of clothes. So let's say you have this dress. In the summertime, the girls wore this all summer. I just bleach it like I mentioned in the last video. They have played in this in the mud, in the dirt, and somehow it has still survived. Then I could take, let's say, oh, it's getting to be fall or it's spring and it's slightly chillier. You just print this little thing over top of it. I got this thrifted. I found 2 of these. They fit my daughters perfectly. It was so sweet. Let's say, oh, it's getting even a little bit chillier. You add a sweater to it, right? You add some leggings. It's so cute. Or you have something like this dress. So they've worn these clothes for I think 2 years now, okay? And they have some wear and some tear. So I never buy clothes with the intention that these are just gonna be play clothes. I only buy things that are nice enough they could wear them out and about. And the beauty of that is even as these outfits get worn out, they're still beautiful colors. They're still beautiful patterns. I mean, probably if we look closely, we would find that like probably one of these dresses has a hole in it. There's probably like they're getting a little worn out, but you know what? I don't even notice because the outfits themselves are so beautiful. So you don't need to have 2 entirely different wardrobes, in my opinion. So when I do this method, those outfits that I lay out are all outfits they could wear to church. And then they just keep wearing them every single day. And then once they get so worn and broken down that it's like, okay, you're not gonna wear this to church anymore. By then it's the next season, and we'll just pull out that tote that's in my shop and pull out some new stuff that we packed away that was still really nice, but we just didn't want to have it for the last season. So it's so easy. I don't know. It seems super easy to me. Here is another little dress. They've worn this for a couple of years. You could just take it and put this thing on top if it's getting chillier outside. Have the lace sticking out. And I mean, it's just, oh, cute. So cute. So those are just a couple simple ideas for you. After you do that, anything that did not fit into those 7 to 10 outfits that you still like, but you just don't want to have in the wardrobe for that season, you just pack it away and you pull it out next year when those leggings that you had out get holes in them, and you pull out those others that you have, and you're not wasting any money on clothes that you don't actually need. And then the next thing is that as you're working on these wardrobes, let's say you have these clothes laying out and you're noticing like, I have no jeans without holes in them for my boys or for my girls. So now is a great time to get some. And the beauty of this is that you see exactly what you're missing, you buy just those things, and so you're not getting a whole bunch of stuff you didn't actually need. You just cut out all the waste, which is so cool. The girls' outfits all look like that. The boys', what I do is I just do usually 7 to 10 pairs of pants. In the winter, I'll add in a couple of sweaters to each of their wardrobes. They'll have their socks. Usually I'll do like a handful of t-shirts and then a handful of button-up shirts for church. And that will be the entirety of their wardrobe in the wintertime. And then in the summertime, I'll also add in some shorts or some swimwear as well, and just take those out in the fall and winter. So that's how I do the boys' too. Theirs is even simpler. And then there's pajamas for all of them, so they each get like a pair or two, and that seems to work fine. And then if they ever don't have them at bedtime, they usually like to just sleep in their underwear or their diapers. But when it is really cold, if for some reason their pajamas aren't clean, they just put on a pair of leggings and a t-shirt. Like, it's really not that big of a deal either. So that's what I do. Yeah, it works fine for us. The kids don't mind. So then for myself, I literally do the exact same thing, except I don't wear that many dresses. I only need a couple in my closet. So every season I'll kind of just pull out my bin of stuff that I packed away from the last season and be like, you know what, I'm in the mood for this dress instead, and I'll pack away this one instead, or maybe I'll add it to my collection. So I just have a handful of dresses, maybe 5 in my closet, a couple of skirts, and then I have about 5 pairs of really good jeans that I like, and a couple that are more worn out, that are more work jeans, and then I only really now have shirts that I like. And I'll just wear a darker color if I'm going to be like in the dirt or something like that. And I've just found that having a really simple wardrobe for myself too is so helpful. And then I'll just add in like this t-shirt. I would just add in like a cute little scarf around my neck, and I would wear that to church, and some earrings or something. I really like going with the more simple look and just adding in some accessories to kind of fancy it up. So earrings, a scarf, a belt, all those things can just bring a super simple outfit like I'm wearing today up to a whole different level as far as just making it look nice and more put together. So that's kind of what I do for myself. And then every year or so, I'll buy myself a couple pairs of brand new jeans. Usually I'll get vintage Wranglers, because I have just really struggled with not having much time to thrift anymore to find actually good used jeans that I know will fit me and will last a long time. So that's one of the only things that I'll buy new, and I feel like it's worth it just to have really nice jeans. And then I will wear them literally until they fall apart, and then the next year my new pairs that I buy kind of become my church pairs, and my older pairs become my work around the place pairs. So this is coming out into our shop. This is where I store everything that we need that's out of season. So I have all of our winter gears in these 3 bins. And then I have my out of season stuff up here, but my kids' stuff, I have a little bit more in my closet, but my kids' stuff's over here. So I've gotten it down where it's so simplistic that I have 1 bin for my 2 boys, which is large or out of season, and 1 bin for my 2 girls, which is large and out of season. So I'm just gonna take down this one today and show you guys how I do the girls' wardrobe. Okay, so welcome into my daughter's room. This closet is not quite completed, but this is where we keep all the girls' clothes. If it's a little loud, it's because I just kicked my daughters out into the hallway, which is right out here. So I could film in here while they're supposed to be doing their quiet time. So I'm gonna move this over here. This is all of my 2 daughters', basically all. There might be a tiny bit of clothes in the laundry, but not very much. And I think I'll be able to tell which ones are in there. That they've worn all summer, except for their shirts, which they have a few pairs, a couple tank tops, and a couple pairs of jeans and shorts. But this is the majority of what they wear. They wear dresses 90% of the time. So what I'm gonna do is I just brought my bin in here of winter stuff, And I'm going to pick out the things that I want them to, that I want to save and have them keep wearing through the fall. And then everything else I'm going to pack away. So anything that is just going to be really cold, that they'll just be really cold in, I'll pack away. And then I'll look and see if there's anything that's just so worn out, I'm going to get rid of it. Then I will probably pull it out. So let's start with this super cute shirt. I'll probably keep that for now. The girls have these super cute matching dresses. So I, up until this last year, have bought a lot of stuff off of Amazon and off of Shein for my kids. So they have a ton of cute matching clothes. But I don't judge anybody else who does, but I personally felt convicted that I didn't want to buy stuff on there anymore because of how the clothing's actually made. And so I decided as a New Year's goal for this year, 2025, I was going to stop buying new clothes for my kids and only get thrifted stuff. And so far, God has blessed me so much. So I went to the thrift store, the same store, got these two beautiful little linen dresses, which I love my daughters in these type of clothes, in two different sizes. A sweet neighbor lady of mine came over and brought a second one of these, which is a size larger than the one my oldest daughter currently wears. And so my younger daughter can wear this one. My older daughter can wear the other one. It's her favorite dress. It was totally a God thing. We have matching ones of these because my mom got one for one of my daughters, and then I got a thrifted one for the other. And then my sweet sister-in-law got me one that she found from a thrift store. So now we can all match. So that was really fun. So all that to say, I'm still trying to figure out how you can have your kids match even once you stop buying things new, if you ever decide to do that. So basically what I'm looking for is, are these so worn out I just need to throw them away? Or will they not work for the season that's coming up? Or are they just getting too small so they don't fit my kids right? So these are fine. Those are still plenty big. This dress is really cute, but it is on the verge of being too small. So I'm probably going to pack that one away. These dresses, they match. They are perfect fall and winter dresses. You can put a little sweater on with them. But I keep those there. Aren't these so cute? I have the girls wear these with like little sweaters and leggings in the winter, and they're so cute. The sad thing is they have torn really badly, but I'm going to repair these because I want my kids to keep wearing these. Get rid of this. This is something my 6-year-old sewed that I'll just print in her sewing stuff, and she can keep creating whatever she wants with it. I have another one of these I'm definitely going to keep because the girls match in these, and they're so cute, and all you have to do is put a sweater and leggings on, keeps them warm. This has gotten so small, I'll probably get rid of it. This, packing away. This I'm going to pack away and have it be a summer thing. These are super, my daughter has another dress that is like this exact same color. It's just a different style, so they can match. So I'll keep that. I have these little pink beaded dresses. They work really good for like weddings and stuff. So I'm going to pack them away because we don't have any more weddings as far as I know that we're attending. And the great thing is I can pull these out next spring and they can wear them a whole nother season. So pack those away. All right. And then I have these couple of mismatched dresses that are just really cute they can wear. All right, I'm just gonna peek through this bin really quick and see what I'm gonna pull out of here. Okay, this looks kind of like a wreckage. It actually looked nicer before my daughters dug through it. Whenever I pull out bins, they're like so excited to go through things. So that's too big. These sweaters I kept from a bag of stuff that I was given, but honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna keep them. I might pull them out this winter. This little sweater my daughter loves, I'll keep that as a winter thing because I'll do this one more time in the winter and pick out anything else. I've got these little green matching dresses, which I love, that I'll probably, I'll pull those out now. A lot of this stuff though is still too big. I have the clothes that the girls are wearing, and then I have this stuff that I'm keeping for fall. The rest of the stuff, I don't think I'm actually throwing anything away because it's all stuff they can wear again next spring. But I'm just packing it up because it's not stuff that they're gonna wear over the fall and winter. And then I pulled out a couple other dresses. So I have this one. It's a random one that won't match, but it's super cute. I have two of these, which the girls can match in, which is really fun. And then I pulled out two of these green dresses. I have two of these too, so they can match. So that is gonna be outside of, I think I have two dresses in the wash that will go along with these. I think that's gonna be all of their dresses. So that makes it really easy. I love that. Okay, and here are the clothes. As you can see, these are like pretty dingy and stained, but I'm gonna save them because I think they're pretty, and they'll probably get, I'm sure they'll get the rest of the wear out next spring and summer when the girls are just out playing in the mud and playing in the garden and getting their clothes dirty anyway. And this way they have cute things to still wear, but it doesn't really matter if they get them dirty. So I'm packing these things away, and that's how long it took to clean out their closet. So these are the dresses that are left. They have a lot of matching stuff. So that's what I do. And I just love this method. And I hope you will too. Okay, I'll see you again soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. All right, bye-bye.